Alright, so today is May 11th. Partner, partner retainers. They're gonna be in the way a little bit. Let me get this thing started. May 11th, uh, 2026. Damn, man, I feel like we came a long way. Shit. It's all G though. But oh man, today is all about healthy gratefulness. You feel what I'm saying? And it, this is a day removed after Mother's Day, and I come to grips with. Sometimes you have people that say, "Oh, I'm grateful," and they could be saying that shit just to be for the sake of saying it. You get what I'm saying? And me, I'm learning that no, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Like learning how to love my life after survival mode is huge. It's very huge, right? And the fact that it's huge, I spent this weekend with my kids on Mother's Day. You know what I mean? And make a long story short, I'm not gonna get into it, but Carter gave me sort of a scare this weekend. He did something that, basically, 4-year-olds get lost and stuff like that, and you just panic, and that's a pod for another day. But this one it kind of like made me realize how much I love my son, like how much I'm gonna have to like ferociously love him. And I'm also realizing how exhausting my occupation is in trucking. When it gets to the tail end of the week, it's starting to become a little dangerous. So just to be on point, I'm about to make some life changes and rethink my accessibility as a father. I come to confirm that I'm gonna definitely look at this transition to be an owner, and like a fleet owner, and move forward with tech. So basically, in a nutshell, that scare that my son gave me, I just don't want to be like the guy that's chasing money anymore. I want to actually establish more presence, be more active with him throughout the week. It's like going backwards after this weekend. But all in all, this is a Mother's Day weekend that I probably would never forget because it was definitely life changing, and I noticed that my maturity level had kicked up a bit with me just giving my ex-wife and her mom gifts or whatnot, and I'm establishing the fact that I have a family regardless, and I had a calm interaction with Stella over my ex-wife, actually, over the FaceTime. It was cool. I haven't had that in a while, and the fact that I'm able to not feel any type of bitterness in the midst of all this is cool. It's gratifying at the same time. Essentially, what I wanted to establish was feeling gratitude instead of resentment is a big thing. Like I don't think you could really feel the full magnitude of being grateful about what you have in life if you have some sort of resentment, and you got to learn how to let that shit go, like if you can. So the thing I took away is healing is when you can acknowledge that what hurts you without needing any type of revenge in the process. So, kudos to those who actually got through a divorce and recognized where they fell short at. I know I did. And I told my cousin Kewen while we was on the phone, I was like, I probably wouldn't have found this piece that I got right now without that divorce. So I gotta realize that the divorce itself was unevenly yoked. It was like you gotta just throw your hands in the pot and just understand that you played a part in that shit and admit that you wouldn't have been, well, I wouldn't have been where I'm at to build my vision without staying, stagnant. Like if I would have stayed stagnant emotionally in that situation, I wouldn't have got to this point. And that's being for real. You know what I mean? So pain created this. Pain created my room for purpose. When you think about it, you know what I mean? And the void that I feel now is basically because the weekend is gone, and when your kids go home and you're just here, like the silence is just like definite, man. It's different. This should be talked about a little bit more. And I kind of realized that me wanting to be close to not only my kids but just be close to somebody I love is still a real thing. I don't think that's ever gonna go away because I'm a lover at heart. It's not like I'm a barbarian. I'm out here just toughing it out and just loving being single and loving. I don't like this shit, bro. You know what I mean? But the fact that I'm not reacting impulsively to any of this shit. I just observe it, I question it, I try to figure out where the void is coming from. And now that I'm at that point where whatever I want to do as far as show my love and extend it, I rather redirect it to me inwardly. I don't want to be that guy that's chasing outwardly external validation or anything like that. That's kind of corny at the end of the day. And I get it for some people that's starting out, they don't know how to feel good or they need a dopamine hit or something like that. Like, nah, I'm way past that. So I just thought to myself, maybe the love I keep giving out, I might just need to give it to myself at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I don't know what possessed me today. I guess because I got a sticker put on my truck saying, hey, I need to go find me a parking spot. So now I'm actively looking for, a parking spot or whatever. And today I just thought about it like, hey, let me go search through Elizabeth to see what I could find. Man, the only thing I found was my Aunt Doris bar open, and that was very, very dope. You know what I mean? And going inside and I was going to see whether or not she had parking spots too, like to see what it was that she can offer, because I know she had a vacant lot and the bar was closed. So I was going to see if I could just show her, hey, I could pay you a few dollars just to park in your parking lot if you're not using it. But now it's opening, so I'll go inside and I see her in the kitchen with whoever it is, I forget the guy, he's always around, I forget his name, and she renovating it, and this bar been closed since what, 2019, 2020. So just seeing her in there as a business owner, really getting it in a wheelchair at that. You know what I mean? And I'm accidentally reconnected with my childhood memory, simultaneously seeing somebody who's a business owner taking care of business, and I'm over here like, man, what the fuck am I bitching for? I'm able to walk. I'm able to be healthy and make things happen. I got chances, and I saw that she's rebuilding the bar, and the only reason why she's rebuilding it, well, I'm not gonna divulge all that, but she told me her reason why. And I thought it was sound. It was a business decision. She's thinking about, legacy at the end of the day, keeping something in the family, and that inspired me. You know what I mean? Like that actually let me know that, hey man, this is a new phase that we're basically in. I'm basically in a new phase. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could do that could kind of change that. So I had to realize earlier today what type of feeling I was feeling while I was working, and it was like for the first time, I felt like I wasn't emotionally drowning anymore. I felt like my head was above water, and just seeing my aunt do what she do, it just made me think like, yo, I'm really starting from ground zero this time. You know what I mean? I'm not in a funk unless I really want to be. You know. So the only thing I'm building intentionally now is my trucking career, my tech career, my fatherhood, me being a better father, my structure, healing, future relationships, stuff like that, and I ain't got nothing else to really cry about, to be quite honest. So, I'm. This is the healthiest I've ever been in terms of being grateful, and I hope this continues on.